Okay, so imagine this. Stepping inside a painting, maybe walking around in Van Gogh's Starry Night, or verbally reshaping a game world just by speaking. Today, we're diving into a technology that's making this, well, pretty much a reality.
Absolutely. We're looking at Dynamics Labs Mirage 2. They call it an AI native real-time generative world engine. Quite a mouthful.
It is.
Yeah, and our mission today is really to unpack it. How does it work? What makes it feel so revolutionary? And importantly, what are the challenges it brings up for interactive experiences down the line?
That core promise, just taking one image and turning it into a whole world you can walk around in,
Yeah.
that's kind of the showstopper, isn't it? How does it even start doing that from just like a flat picture?
Right. The core magic is genuinely transformative. Mirage 2 takes any single 2D image, could be a famous painting, your own photo, even, like you said, a kid's drawing, and just converts it almost instantly into a 3D world you can explore. And this really changes things. It's not just about easier tools. It shifts the bottleneck from, complex 3D modeling skills to just idea concepts.
So it really opens the door for more people to build worlds.
Exactly. It democratizes world building in a way we haven't really seen before.
Okay, so the barrier to entry just completely drops. And then it gets even wilder, right? You're not just looking.
Precisely. This is where they talk about generative play. You can actually reshape the world using simple text prompts.
Like typing things in.
Yeah, imagine just saying, or typing, change to cyberpunk city, and watching the whole vibe shift around you, buildings, lights, the atmosphere. You're not just a player anymore. You're sort of a co-creator.
That's incredible.
And the really neat part is the accessibility. It's all through a standard web browser.
No downloads.
No special software, no high-end gaming PC needed. That makes it available to almost anyone, which is huge for getting people to actually use it, not just read about it.
And you can actually move around, jump, even do basic attacks. It feels like it's hinting at something genuinely playable, not just a tech demo.
It definitely points that way. But like with any big leap, there's a bit of a reality check involved.
Okay, here it comes. The but.
Well, yeah, the magic isn't flawless. What are people actually finding when they use it? Often it starts with latency. Dynamics Lab quotes around 200 milliseconds.
Which sounds pretty fast.
It does, but many users feel it's more like 600, maybe 700 milliseconds in practice, so controls can feel a bit unresponsive, sluggish,
Okay, that's a practical issue. Is it just network lag or something else?
That's the interesting part. It might not just be lag. Users also report things like style drift.
Style drift, what's that?
The world might start looking like the image you fed it, but then it gradually loses that specific character and sort of reverts to a more generic look over time. And maybe even more revealing is this lack of object permanence. You might turn around, look back, and the scene has completely changed. Things aren't where you left them.
So it's like the AI has a short memory.
Kind of. It feels very dreamlike, where things melt and reform. And that suggests it's not just a network issue, but fundamental to how the AI is working, constantly generating new frames, not rendering a stable, persistent world model.
Right, like if you dropped your virtual keys, turned around, they might be different keys or just gone entirely.
Exactly. Out of sight, out of mind for the AI. Quite literally.
So what does that tell us about the tech underneath? What's likely going on to create these beautiful but sometimes forgetful worlds?
Well, to get that 2D to 3D conversion, it's highly likely they're using powerful techniques. Things like neural radiance fields, nerves.
Nerves, right.
Yeah, neural networks great at learning 3D scenes from 2D images, fantastic for realism, but they can struggle with real-time consistency. And then for the text editing, probably something like score distillation sampling or SDS.
Yeah.
It's a clever way to guide the 3D generation using knowledge from those huge 2D text-to-image models we hear so much about, like Stable Diffusion or Midjourney.
Gotcha. And these methods, while powerful, have their own quirks, don't they?
Yeah.
You mentioned inconsistencies. Is that where things like the Janus problem fit in?
Precisely. That's a classic sign of these 2D to 3D lifting methods. An object, maybe a statue, might look fine from the front, but if you quickly look away and back or try to see the back, it might look completely different or have two faces, hence Janus.
Like the AI is making up different sides of the object each time you look.
Essentially, yes. It struggles sometimes to keep a single, consistent 3D idea of the object across different views generated on the fly.
Okay, thinking bigger picture now. Releasing this publicly, even with these quirks, feels like a bold move. Like a David versus Goliath thing against, say, Google DeepMind's Genie project, which is more behind closed doors. Is that the strategy? get the magic out now.
That seems very likely. It's a strategic choice. Dynamics Lab appears to be prioritizing getting this magic into users' hands now. They accept the imperfections.
You get feedback.
Exactly. Get feedback, build excitement, iterate quickly. It's a gamble, sure, that the novelty and sheer accessibility will outweigh the current glitches. They're trying to shape the conversation, maybe force the industry's hand a bit.
And this really signals a potential shift for creators, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Moving away from crafting every tiny polygon towards becoming more like experienced curators, guiding these powerful AI systems.
I think that's spot on. The implications are huge. We could see an explosion in user-generated content, but on a whole new level. Not just assembling pre-made assets, but genuinely co-creating worlds.
Imagine hyper-personalized entertainment.
Right, where the story, the environment adapts to you. You become a real co-author. Plus, it's foundational tech for things like the metaverse or building useful digital twins of real places.
Sounds amazing, but also really hard. What are the big hurdles still ahead? You mentioned consistency.
Temporal consistency is a huge one, making the world behave logically over time, not just look right moment to moment, but have cause and effect persistence.
Like that sandcastle analogy you used earlier.
Yeah, building on shifting sand. Then there's just the sheer computational cost these models are intensive. And a more subtle risk people are discussing is model collapse.
Lango collapse.
The idea that if AIs increasingly train on data generated by other AIs, the quality could eventually degrade over time, like making photocopies of photocopies.
Interesting. Lots to overcome then.
Definitely. So Mirage 2, even with its current rough edges, it offers this really compelling, exciting peek into a future where interactive worlds are maybe more fluid, more driven by the player's or creator's imagination.
So for you listening, here's something to chew on. If worlds can be generated infinitely, reshaped instantly just by asking, what does that do to our definition of a game? And what does the ultimate creative canvas even look like then?